with monkeys that can play video games just by thinking.
Why is Sorkin not going? Hold on a second.
Yeah. Wait, y'all trained a monkey? Y'all trained a monkey to play Tetris?
Joe Rogan would have gone.
Hold on, you
got monkeys playing video games with their minds?
You taught a monkey to play video? That's fucking crazy.
How
dude.
are you not asking this dude what he means?
Yeah. Do you hear that? Oh.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of Ben and Emil taking thousands of dollars from the Coca-Cola Corporation.
Welcome back,
Wouldn't that
folks.
be sick?
What?
I said, wouldn't that be sick?
To take money from Diet Coke? You bet I would. So, hey, right off the bat, gang, this is going to be a very special one because I am not going to trigger anything with YouTube here, but if you can see this is an edible canister. And for the audio listener, it's an edible canister. And
edible what? Panties.
It's edible
panties.
You know, the I don't want to say because, you know, YouTube does get pissed off, but it's weed. It's, you know. And the reason I'm doing this is for the bonus episode because I thought, hey, you know, we promised people a stoned one back in the day, but we never did it.
You promised me a stoned one.
Yeah, and we never did it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it in now. And hopefully it doesn't kick in by the end of this episode. And
it's also, he doesn't have to worry that much. It just makes Ben normal.
It's like Adderall for actual ADD kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's hopefully, so subscribe at patreon.com/paypigspod if you want the finally, yeah. And then also we are planning on making a real like,
oh yeah, that's a whole thing though. That's
episode where we're gonna go full bore, you know, and that'll be real we'll let you know. I mean,
psychedelic
obviously.
Adventure.
Yeah, it's gonna be very psychedelic. But anyway, also I got a challenge for you guys. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, apparently this is a real thing. I swear to God, if you hit the subscribe button, it does something. And once you do it, say so in the comments. It's like a fun little animation that they did. But not only once you do that,
what's the challenge?
It's the challenge is I'm challenging you to subscribe. I don't know. And
Go ahead, do it.
Also, yeah, I bet you won't do it. I bet you won't. Please do. But also, I forgot to tell people initially to like hit that notification bell. You know what that does, buddy?
Yeah, it makes every time one comes out, it gives you a little ding, and you want to be the first one to watch.
Yeah. So anyway, we're also going to be. Should we react to the GTA trailer now or in the bonus?
Dude, in the bonus, when those freaking Camino cruisers start hitting.
Oh, dude, man. All right. Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
When the Tom Petty starts blasting.
Yeah.
Also, I got a challenge for the audio listener.
What?
Leave a 5-star review on Spotify.
Woo! Yeah, do that. Also, we got the newest on Apple, whatever. Tell a friend. I don't give a shit. We got the newest.
Apple, Google, Spotify. Leave a review on all of them.
We got the newest Ben and Emil on coming out. It already came out, and we got some real special ones that we're going to be shooting soon. Follow us on socials and all that shit. All right, so let's kick it off, man.
Oh, big thank you to everyone in New York who sold out the New York show. It was like very quick.
I bought all the tickets, and I'm gonna scalp them. I'm gonna flip them.
Do it.
I'm gonna flip them. Make a little profit.
Great.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll forget, and then I'll just have all these. Who didn't Drake do that to someone, or someone did that to Drake? They bought out the whole front row of someone's show. Mm-hmm. That's a fucking.
We love petty ass.
Yeah, that's a petty ass move, man. Speaking of petty, the bitch himself, George Santos, is
the bitch
gone.
is back.
You know he's
gone.
He's already on Cameo. He's charging $200 a pop. That dude's gonna be. It's mind-bending to me how he can be legitimately a full-on corrupt politician, unlike arguably anything we've ever seen. And he's going to parlay that into legitimate financial success.
Oh, yeah. Did you see there's a movie in the works?
Oh, yeah. There's already... Is it the HBO thing?
Maybe, maybe it's a TV series.
He's going to have a book. He's why do
Z-Way wants to interview him.
is that how you say it?
Is that not how you say it?
I think so. I just
Okay.
wanted to make you squirm. Oh God.
That's a very Z-Way joke of you.
Oh yeah,
She loves to.
She loves to make you squirm.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not a big Z-Way fan.
It's okay. It's not for everybody. You just don't get it. No, you get it.
I
But
think it's kind of a lame joke.
Yeah, I get it.
And now everyone's in on the joke, so she has like Adam Pally come on, and he like pretends to be nervous.
And pretends to be a little racist or something.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like
My favorite
I
thing.
actually really loved when Chet Hanks went on.
Yeah, that was really good because
'Cause
she
she-
tried and she failed.
She was like, "Do you have anyone you want to apologize to?" And he's like, "No, Booba Kalat."
Oh, speaking of funny accents, man, someone created we'll also watch it in the bonus, I guess. The TikTok Indonesia account. Holy fucking God! But so back to George Santos. Did you hear about his puppy scam?
No,
He bought puppies from Amish communities
because
With-
they're better.
with I don't know, because they have a good fucking work ethic.
Yeah, and they really make those dogs fuck.
He bought them with checks that he knew would bounce, and then funneled the puppies, not literally, but had the puppies in his own little charity puppy rescue organization that he then sold. So he just like stole these puppies and then sold them.
Wait,
It was under the guise of like, oh, these are rescue dogs, and you just have to pay like a rehoming fee of $1,000.
he ripped off the Amish with
He ripped
bounce
off
checks
He ripped off the Amish by way of puppies
and bounce checks.
and bounce checks.
An absolute king.
Just I don't understand what it is about him that people love. Is it because he's like sassy and gay?
I think it's just the unapologetic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I think someone did a little thread. Let me see if I can find it real quick because like it's a perfect example of how incredible he is. It's like all of his greatest lies or whatever, and he's just so psycho.
Also,
know if I
huge
have it.
shout out,
I know.
folks. He's got a breastfeeding.
Well, maybe we'll watch that.
Yeah,
in a minute.
we'll watch that too.
Oh, I mean, so
okay, here we
this
go.
is from Macy A. Gilliam. She goes, Diva down. My favorite George Santos scams and lies ranked. Number 1, he lied that he was the star of the Baruch volleyball team. Baruch is a small college in New York.
Right.
Number 2, lying that his mom died on 9/11. It's just like insane. Here's his tweet. She has a screenshot of it. 9/11 claimed my mother's life. ... So I'm blocking so I don't ever have to read this again.
In response to some other tweet,
Yeah.
presumably about 9/11.
When he made his staff call rich donors and pretend to be Kevin McCarthy's staff to raise money, he's just kind of incredible. Lying that he was not a drag queen in Brazil, apparently he was.
He was a drag. Oh my God.
And an honorable mention to every other lie he told and scam he pulled. I love them all deeply and individually. Yeah, he's just
I'm getting anxious, man. I feel like this edible is gonna kick in way sooner.
it's probably not. You just
Yeah, you're probably right.
You do have a ticking time bomb.
That'll be okay. No, I can handle it. I swear to God, I can handle it. So the big thing that the big story that dropped last week, and this always happens to us, where we drop a story, we drop an episode, and then something even bigger happens that week. Yeah, I see it, man. He's showing me, folks, for the audio listener and the video viewer. He's got this fucking video of this woman.
All right, I'll stop. Remind me to show you in the bonus.
It's breast milk. It's breast milk. That's all I'll tell you. And fans of ours know that we have an affinity for women who breastfeed on the internet. Yeah, it was kind of a running
And
gag.
off the internet.
Yeah.
We don't care where you're breastfeeding.
So Elon Musk last week spoke to.
You want to say Aaron Sorkin?
I want
don't
to
you?
say Aaron Sorkin.
You want to
so
say it
fucking
every
bad.
time.
Andrew Ross Sorkin, who works for the New York Times. He's kind of he wears many hats. He was also the co-creator of Billions on Showtime.
Yeah, which is surprising.
Yeah, why is that surprising?
I don't know.
You wouldn't peg him for a creative?
No, okay. Whew. What do you work for, Andrew Ross Sorkin?
I'm just asking.
No, because I'm pretty sure it's a Brian Koppelman
Yes.
vehicle
Joint.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't know how the fuck Andrew Ross Sorkin
I would
ended up
assume
on
it's
there.
because
he's got the know-how. He's got the inside scoop.
yeah.
I think he did write Too Big to Fail, which they turned into a movie.
Okay, you got that too.
Welcome back to Andrew, the Andrew Ross Sorkin Hour.
Oh my God, he's just so dreamy. He is a good-looking man. Come on, dude.
I wouldn't look twice at him.
Is he related to Aaron Sorkin?
I don't think so.
I'm not going to Google it either. Well, Andrew Ross Sorkin is this talking head in finance television.
Squawk Box
on
CNBC.
On CNBC. And he was hosting this big...
The Deal Summit at the New York Times.
That's right. The Deal Summit, which is just a big... Can you put the
it's
fucking...
down. It's gone.
I look over and I see milk pouring into a glass. They interview all sorts of powerful people. They had Bob Iger, the Disney CEO. They, of course, had Elon Musk. And that was pretty much the highlight of it.
That daffy broad, Kamala Harris.
They had Kamala Harris?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow. Well, if you've been living under a rock, say hi to the bugs. But Elon was very, let's just say, candid. He held no punches.
He pulled
no punches.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah, right out of the gate. So I'd like to play just a few of these clips because they are hot, hot, hot.
Just leaving, we talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope
Don't advertise.
you don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
He's, of course, referring to getting flack, being accused of being anti-Semitic on Twitter, on X, and having the pushback be Disney and a bunch of companies have just said, you know what, we're not going to advertise, not only because of him, but just because of the content that you can find on X.
Right, and responding to brands like Disney who are pulling their ad dollars because, not only because of the content on it, but because their ads are appearing next to people saying
horrible things.
the craziest shit. And parents and stuff screenshotting and going, why are you advertising next to this?
And so he goes on to just say...
Which also, pause it for 1 second. He's also like loose definition of blackmail.
Oh,
like,
yeah, totally. That was one thing where I'm like, that's not blackmail.
You're going to blackmail me with money?
Yeah.
It's like, no, they're just not going to advertise next to fucking swastikas and shit.
For the audio listener, he's wearing his signature like black shirt, black pants, but he's wearing this like brown leather pilot jacket with the sheepskin collar. And he's doing, just forgive me here, but he's doing what I'll call the Asperger's wiggle, the autism wiggle, where he's like about to say something that he knows will be, that you can tell has been inside and bottled up, and he's just can't wait to get it out. He's just got that wiggle, and then he says it, and he like kind of bobs his head.
You can say it, I can't.
I can say it.
But he's also got...
He's also got what?
He's also got like some sort of dog tags on.
Yeah, well, that was like a I don't know what that was.
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
And Andrew Ross Sorkin is just stunned. I think this also aired live on television. So CNBC absolutely is getting fined by the FCC.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising.
A great question.
If you believe
and I'm
that
sure we'll get
this
a great
is the
answer.
one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
GFY.
GFY, baby.
I understand that, but there's a reality.
I also love that he's getting no reaction. He's doing
like the crowd is just like
he thinks
probably
he's
sitting
like
there just going, yeesh, dude. Yeesh. That's not the way.
Just doing that to absolute silence.
Yeah, GFY. God, I also can't. It's like he's gotten worse with using his. He like uses his bottom lip to make like B sounds. You know, go fuck yourself.
Right?
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda
no,
Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, totally. So, no. What this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
Right. Sure.
And do you
And
think that
But
whose
the
fault
whole
would that?
world,
Right, exactly.
Well,
That's the
so-
whole
so
thing.
whose fault
and
would
he
that be?
wants, Yeah, he keep going because he.
that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say,
Tell it to Earth.
Oh, yeah? Tell that to Earth.
That's my favorite.
Tell that to Earth. My website, cocksuckers.com, is failing because Cheerios refuses to advertise on cocksuckers.com.
I can't wait to fucking say that to people. Tell that to Earth.
Tell it to Earth.
Tell that to Earth.
People don't watch our podcast
Tell that to Earth.
and it fails. That's your fault. That's
and you
not
can tell
our
that
fault.
to Earth.
If cocksuckers.com goes under because Nabisco won't advertise, then that's tell it to Earth.
Bro,
It's not
I'm
his
watching
fault.
Your pupils so closely.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for
Shit.
any moment.
Shit.
Okay.
It's not Elon's fault.
Yeah, I just love that he's got such a grandiose view. And this dovetails into something that I wanted to bring up that's a bigger conversation. But I want to first play just a couple more clips. So it's absolutely brutal, but
People saying crazy things.
yes, but
Yes.
they're not. But they don't have the megaphone, right?
he's saying that Twitter is the town square.
And that's the conundrum.
No,
Right? They
but-
can only say it to the 50 or 100 people that are standing there in Times Square.
They don't have a mega. I mean, look, the joke I used to make about old Twitter was it was like giving everyone in the psych ward a megaphone.
What a fucking great joke, dude. That's such a good joke, sir.
So, I'm aware that things can get promoted that are negative beyond the sort of.
So you saw the part about his mind is a storm?
Yeah, it's my favorite part. I was going to ask you
So
to.
let's watch this.
You were on a podcast about a month ago, and you said something that struck me, and it struck me as accurate. It came out of your mouth, so hopefully it is. But I'm hoping we go deep on this.
Just because it came out of my mouth does not mean it's true.
No, but you said my mind is a storm. I don't think most people would want to be me. They may think they want to be me, but they don't know. They don't understand. What did you mean by that? What was your mind being a storm? And I think it. I mean, I have known you for quite some time. I think it is a bit of a storm.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, in as much as a weather metaphor makes sense, my mind often feels like a very wild storm.
It actually gets
I have a
tragic.
fountain of ideas. I mean, I have more ideas than I can possibly execute. So I have no shortage of ideas. Innovation is not the problem. Execution is the problem. I've got a million ideas. I mean, I've got an entire design for an electric supersonic vertical takeoff jet, but I just can't do that as well. I've had that for 10 years.
Okay, so he says he's got too many ideas.
Jesus.
Wait,
God.
but he's about to ask him whether or not it's a
There's a
happy
million
storm.
things.
Right.
But is your storm a happy storm?
It's such a good question.
No.
I forgot what his answer was gonna be. Holy shit.
Wait, keep going.
No.
Not a happy storm. Tell us about that, because I think that actually, when people try to really understand you, I think that there's a lot of this comes from some other place, and I want to talk about that. What do you think that is?
He's doing his signature like I'm a genius and I'm just gonna sit there in silence while I think about this question.
It's actually, he looks like he's going to cry, though, which is kind of sad.
We should need like a psychiatrist couch here or something.
I'll answer the question for him. It's because his life is so tragic, and nobody truly, and I don't mean this in like a I feel bad for him sense, but truly nobody can possibly understand what it's like to be him. You are the most isolated. He is truly an island. He is the wealthiest man in the world, head and shoulders above anyone else. Which, I mean, it gets negligible.
Yeah, but he's a special kind, right? I mean, like when Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates were sharing these titles or whatever, they were never this kind of megalomaniac fucking...
Yes.
There's a desperate need here for... It's not enough for him to be the richest man in the world, the most successful man in the world.
He's got to be liked and loved.
He's got to be liked, loved, thought of as funny, thought of as like Tony Stark. I mean, and he's, we'll get into it more, but as he's like torched his own image in the service of these like ridiculous attempts to be cool or something.
Yeah. I think that...
And even this, you're watching just, it's wild to watch a guy who needs that approval and everything. And he's spent however many months or the past year just like stepping on his own dick. And now all he can do is fucking be like, go fuck yourself. It's like all he's got left. And it's like, what he's really willing to just like tank his own company to, and which he can do. He can probably burn it all. It's fine.
Which is really annoying because if you've been on Twitter recently, the algorithm has improved. For me, it has. Just a little bit. It's showing me a lot more funny things. And so he talks about how it sucks that that there's advertising dollars getting absolutely funneled into TikTok versus Twitter, where there's hardly any by comparison. And he would say that, hey, there's just as much hateful stuff on TikTok than there is on Twitter. But they're fundamentally different platforms. Twitter being, like, you've got to lean, the algorithm should show what Twitter does best, which is, funny, jokey tweets. You could probably throw in a couple video ones. But yeah, like, I've been getting, in my algorithmic feed, the For You page, essentially, I've been getting Owen Benjamin tweets. Do you remember him?
Mm-mm.
He is a shitty, disgraced comedian. Used to be like maybe at best, a C-list actor who was on a couple sitcoms. He used to be married to Christina Ricci, and then he went full blown beyond anti-woke and went like beyond alt-right.
Oh, did we watch his stuff? He's got long reddish hair?
No.
Oh, that's a different guy.
But
I gotta look this guy up.
He was banned on Twitter, and then because of Elon, he was brought back. And so this goes back to what I was saying a moment ago about his worldview.
Interesting.
I think that the Twitter algorithm is basically, Elon is the king of Twitter. He's like, he believes that his view of things, the accounts that he follows, he believes that he is such a tastemaker that everyone should enjoy and see the world as he sees it.
Right.
And if everybody would just get on board and stop being so woke and just blah, 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 he doesn't have anyone in his ear saying, hey, man, maybe the algorithm should instead be like better and not show people these alt-right kind of figures in the name of free speech as you present it.
Right, which he addresses in the interview. I forget at what part it is, but he talks about the changing algorithm and how people are complaining about how, like, hey, it shows me a lot of this stuff I hate. And he's like, well, are you clicking on that account? And it's like, well, there you go. You're engaging with it. So we're going to show you more of that.
Right. And I mean, that has happened to me on TikTok, where I find myself like hate watching something and then I'm going, fuck,
exactly.
The algorithm thinks
But like
that I'm
you said,
it.
it's a different thing than TikTok. Whereas before, way back when, it was, you only had a feed where stuff would only pop up in there if you followed the person. So it was a very intentional, intentional timeline of like, I want this stuff in here, and I'm choosing to click it, and a lot of it was you would get fed other stuff if people retweeted stuff,
right?
And then it started to open up a little bit. And I remember when they did it before Elon took over, you could always click you could click a tweet, or it would even say it up top, you're being shown this because you follow X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so it was all kind of like, why it's happening. And now I'm just getting fed like daily fights, like morbid knowledge. Fucking my feed is a
Are these
mess.
account names?
Mm-hmm. Morbid knowledge is like, and again, it's impossible to not click. It's like this woman was trapped in an elevator and shit herself for 3 days before
And you're like, I
being
gotta
decapitated."
fucking
And you're like,
see
"Yeah,
that
okay."
before I eat breakfast.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
And he's like, "You clicked it.
right.
You love it."
A good friend of the show I was hanging out with this weekend asked me how, because Elon is publicly known for now taking ketamine, doing ketamine.
Just like you.
As therapy, just
Brothers
like
in
me.
arms.
So he asked me my opinion on whether or not, or to what extent, Elon's own probably abuse now, of ketamine is informing his behavior, which I thought was a very good question. And my answer to that is, it absolutely is. It's fully, it is. He's probably doing it so often because, again, nobody's going to tell him no. And ketamine is awesome and it's really fucking fun. And it really does leave you feeling a bit transcendent and a bit like you have a greater understanding of yourself,
Oh.
of the world, of just like, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to, like, all I have to do is this, this, and this. So I cannot even fathom what his version of that must be.
He's getting like the opposite of ego death.
He's getting the opposite. Absolutely. He's getting the opposite of an ego death where he's like, I'm the fucking richest man in the world.
Right.
And I have done more. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to dig through it again, but he talks about how he's done more for humanity than any other, like just by virtue of the cars. He's
Right.
done more for humanity than anybody.
Well, that's another thing. He talks about, maybe we'll get into it a little bit. He talks about Sam Altman and all these other people. And all of this stems from, he truly believes that he is the only one who can help humanity in the way it needs to be helped and all this stuff. Everything he's done is in service of that. Everything he's done is some like altruistic.
Yes. So I think that his ketamine abuse, and I'm going to call it abuse because it probably is at this point, and I'm also speaking from ignorance because I really don't know. Maybe he's doing it responsibly, but I highly fucking doubt it. It's informing and encouraging not only his mental image of himself as being a kind of savior for humanity, and it's giving him the false sense of just like, it's up to me and I'm doing it right. And if everybody would just get off my back and the regulators would fuck off and the government would fuck off and just let me do my thing,
Right.
I can build a utopia. And he thinks that X is a key component of that utopia. Like, he went to China and was like, look at what Billy does, what the everything apps that they've got. And the difference between them and us, they are already a homogenized society. Of course they're going to be able to have just like a fucking everything app. Everybody agrees on mostly the same things over there.
Is Baidu one of those?
Baidu is, I believe, like Amazon over there.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe that's Alibaba. I think Baidu is like Google.
Mm.
But he's...
Wait, so let's watch his actual answer to his happy storm.
There's just a rage of forces in my mind constantly. Now this, productively
That's called ADD, brother.
manifests itself in technology and building
Drink
things.
water, dude.
Oh yeah. The other thing is his mouth sounds.
Yeah.
There's also, I was watching this. There's this woman in the back that won't stop coughing. She's just coughing.
For the most part. So, and I think on balance, the output has been very productive. I think the results, as we,
Can I just say, he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger got electrocuted.
Oh, dude, it looks like Michael Myers. Like, like it looks like Michael Myers got a good plastic surgeon.
discussed earlier with SpaceX, Tesla, PayPal, which is, still going today. The first internet company that I started, in fact, the first internet company I started, Zip2, was...
All right, maybe we should move on.
I mean,
to,
this is just Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
But at 34 minutes, he starts talking about the AI, the open AI stuff.
Oh, right. Oh, well, real fast. I just want to highlight what a fucking moron he is.
Oh,
Because there's this great tweet here. This guy. So for the audio listener, I'm just going to, but this guy at Kettlebell Life apparently works at Twitter because the GTA trailer just dropped. He said, a list of games I have not played. GTA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Elon replied, tried, but didn't like doing crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene. Just couldn't do it.
oh my God.
I just imagine him sitting there going, "Oh, I can't shoot police officers." Yes, you fucking. And then Ian Miles Chong, who's this.
Dude, these
dork.
guys are such fucking dick
They're
riders.
such dick riding incels.
Holy shit.
This guy is like
I
a.
couldn't shoot a cop in a video game.
Yeah, he's this guy. How would you describe Ian Miles Chong? He's like an alt-right kind of figure who lives in, I think, Malaysia or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's always inserting himself into things, and he's always replying to Elon. But he replied, "I'm glad shooting cops in Cyberpunk 2077 is completely optional. Never finished GTA 5
Oh my
either."
God.
You fucking absolute dork nerds.
This
Holy
is the problem
fuck.
too. No one liked these fucking people when they were growing up, and now we have to deal with the consequences of this fucking
That's
bullshit.
a good point, man. Yeah. Holy shit. Fucking God.
I would be the robber, but I just couldn't handle shooting cops. So
Couldn't shoot a cop and then making a bunch of nasty mouth sounds. So speaking of Sam Altman and AGI, we're basically all suffering from this one super powerful guy's worldview. And we all have to kind of kowtow to whatever he believes the world should be, which lends itself to the artificial intelligence conversation, right? Because did you see the Q-Star thing?
no.
Q-Star is the kind of code name, as I understand it, is the kind of code name assigned to this project. Nobody really knows much about it, but it was apparently the impetus for the ousting of Sam Altman. It's like they are very, very close to some kind of breakthrough, but it's very mysterious. It's shrouded in mystery. But what? What? Just the repetitiveness? Shit.
It's very
Is
mysterious.
it kicking in?
It's shrouded in mystery.
So, but I was thinking about this, and it makes sense that they would. It really reinforces the idea that the OpenAI board was fucked, but also the fact that, I hate to say it, but we gotta go faster and like push, because think about this. Every country.
Wait, go faster and push in what sense?
AI.
Why?
Getting to the general intelligence, because every country is racing to do that, and it's you remember we talked about on the OpenAI episode about how do we dictate the morality to that entity? It's now you got to think of it in terms of nationalism. What country is gonna like if China gets there first?
That's an awful way to think about it.
But it's true. That's the world we live in. That's why they're pushing for this. Because America has to get their morality into the super entity first, because ours is the best.
I also don't think it would end up being like that anyway. It's not. It's like
or Western.
Sure, but yeah, these I don't know. Even like companies, they don't think as nationalists. They think as globalists who want
True.
to make the most money.
But it is still ostensibly a race. It's a new kind of arms race that I don't think any of us fully understand, because it hasn't been birthed yet fully. I think it's like akin to us kind of trying to imagine or think about a fourth dimension. And this, when AGI is actually born and introduced to us, it's going to be this new everyday part of our lives that we can't fully wrap our heads around, because it's
Yeah, but that's what makes me think we're fucked either way, right? Like if it's at a level where Sutskever's like so scared that he needs to pull the plug on all this stuff,
right?
But like it's not going to help if like, oh, at least thank God America got there first.
That's the thing, is like it.
Which, I mean, you should play the clip because it's very funny.
Which clip?
If you go to, I believe it's 3430, he starts talking about the OpenAI stuff.
Elon. Close.
Talked about bringing you the first box, by the way,
Yes.
with Ilya,
They're talking about-
interestingly
yeah.
enough.
Yes.
Back in 2016, I think.
there's a video of Jensen and me unpacking the first AI computer at OpenAI.
So I'm so curious what you think of what's just happened over the past 2 weeks while you were dealing with this other series of headlines. There was a whole other series of headlines
OpenAI soap opera.
at OpenAI. What did you think?
Well,
You founded it, co-founded it.
co-founded it, yeah. Well,
I just have to say real fast, for someone who everybody praises, all his fanboys praise him as being so calculated and like direct and like, I need to think about it because he's actually being thoughtful, then why the fuck doesn't he exercise the same restraint with his goddamn thumbs?
He talks about that.
Jesus.
the whole arc of OpenAI, frankly, is a little troubling because the reason for starting OpenAI was to create a counterweight to Google and DeepMind, which at the time had 2/3 of all AI talent and basically infinite money and compute, and there was no counterweight. It was unipolar world. And Larry and Paige and I used to be very close friends, and I would stay at his house, and I would talk to Larry into the late hours of the night about AI safety. And it became apparent to me that Larry did not care about AI safety. I think perhaps the thing that gave it away was when he called me a speciesist for being pro-humanity. As in,
So again,
Fucking nerdy conversation.
I know, but so OpenAI was, Elon is saying it's his response because he wanted to do the right thing. Google did not.
Right.
So much so that Larry Page was like, shut the fuck up, speciesist.
Yeah. Well, what is relieving is that Elon thinks that we're 3 years away. I disagree. I think that we are much, much closer, and things are about to get fucking wild. Did you see this animate anyone thing? Did you see this?
No.
Holy shit. Okay, so it is, at first blush, it's like, oh, this is just like for porn? It's it's called Animate Anyone. And so these are, for the audio listener, you're just going to have to fucking suck it up. It's this character animation aims to generate character videos from still images through driving signals. Basically, they are claiming and showing that they can animate any still image with this and they show the weird like rainbow, the skeleton doing the thing.
Yeah.
And it's, as you would imagine, it is astonishingly accurate. Even they've got the hair movement down roughly. They've got the movement of clothing. And it's just, it's pretty fucking alarming. They've got Iron Man for some reason. Iron suit. I think that's to show the lighting and the textures and stuff. But we're getting close, dude. We're getting real close.
Close to what, though?
Close
Those
to
things
just
don't-
an internet full of bots fully just
Yeah,
interacting
yeah.
with bots.
Sure.
And like
not being able to tell what's real.
not being able to tell what's real. I just saw that who's the guy, the big Hawaiian guy who died?
The Rock.
No, he didn't die. Though, did he? Boy, that would be on a Kobe Bryant level tragedy, wouldn't it? If the
Big
Rock
Hawaiian
died.
guy who died.
Yeah, the
Eddie.
somewhere over the rainbow guy.
Oh, I don't
Israel
fucking know.
Kamana Nakamana something. Well, if you Google a picture, if you Google his name smiling, it already includes like AI photos of like just a giant spooky wide.
Interesting.
Yeah. We're about to be dealing with that shit. But speaking of the accelerating thing, have you haven't heard about this E/ACC thing? I don't even know how you'd say it. EX.
Is that one of Elon's kids?
That's very good, dude.
Thank you.
Fuck. There was, so I didn't even know about this because I'm not heavily into it, but there was this parody not even a parody account. There was this Twitter account called BeffJezos that had been really blowing up in the AI scene and in the venture capital scene.
Mm-hmm.
And the identity of this guy was recently made known. His name is Guillaume Verdon, and he's a former Google quantum engineer.
Interesting.
And he he had made himself the kind of poster child for it stands for effective acceleration. You've heard of accelerationism, yeah?
Only in the sense of politics, really.
And what does it mean to you in politics?
Like,
Let's hurry up and get to the race war.
kind of like almost the only way we can achieve the things we want. We're so far gone that change and incrementalism is so fucked. We need to accelerate this to revolutionary things. So, some people were like, vote for Donald Trump. We need the third world war. We need you know what I mean?
Yes.
Make it all bad so we can start over, build over.
Think of this as like the, not antithesis to that, but the techno nerd kind of co-opting of that. So this guy was like the king of E/effective acceleration, whose philosophy is to, quote, increase the scope and scale of civilization as measured in terms of its energy production and consumption, whatever the fuck that means. He goes on to clarify that it's basically like a newfound optimism in that we should not slow down and that we should just pour all of our resources and money and energy into just fucking growing and accelerating and advancing technology as quickly as possible. Here's a
But
picture.
that's how the fucking tech nerds have thought.
Yeah, but it's like a full-on movement. Here he is on the left there. And look who he's with. It's Grimes.
Grimes.
It's Grimes. So, Forbes released this article essentially not doxing him, but they released his identity because they said they felt responsible to do so as his influence grows because he's got an increasing amount of, what's his name? Mark Andreessen follows him, and I think he has the E/ACC thing in his bio. You'll start to see it all over the place. Martin Shkreli's got it in his username. Everybody's talking about it. And I do like what he had to say about doomers and about the people who think that AI in particular is going to bring about like the end of times.
What the BeffJezos guy has to say.
Yeah, he said the doomers who say AI will murder humans are instrumental to forces of evil and civilizational decline. That if we focus on the end of the world and bioweapons and things like that, we might engender our own doom by obsessing over it, and it demoralizes people and doesn't make them want to build.
It's funny because that's actually very. I believe it's somewhere on the Mark Andreessen, or what is it, Andreessen Horowitz site where they're talking about kind of their vision for the future and everything, and they almost talk about people trying to slow this down. They must be reading the same things or communicating because they almost explain it as if that attitude of like, hey, we need to move cautiously with this tech and everything is like tantamount to, I don't want to put this word in their mouth, but it's like almost like genocide because you're getting in the way of life-saving technological advances.
Sure.
Every roadblock you put in their place is a person we could have saved with our new technology. You know what I mean? Or like a new whatever.
He says that he's trying to solve culture by engineering. He's defined effective acceleration as mimetic optimism, a meta-religion, a hypercognitive biohack, a form of spirituality, and not a cult. But then offline, he says, we're kind of just optimistic people that want to build a better future. And he says that the bombastic personality is just a way to kind of game the algorithm on Twitter and elsewhere to spread his message.
Which again, comes back to, in this interview, Elon states at his core, he's like the most optimistic person.
Sure.
Like otherwise he wouldn't, that's what drives him. Like I believe that we can do all these things and that we can be better. That's why I get involved in all this.
Right. And I saw that part of it, and you can't knock that. I admire that. Optimism is crucial to everything, because otherwise, what are we going to lay down and die? But he's like, and not because he's a fucking genius, but he's 20 steps ahead. Like, dude, you've got to do so much before we get to, why do we need to cut immediately to putting people on Mars? Put all of your fucking resources and energy into fixing what's here. The one planet we've got, dipshit.
I mean, that's the, so I don't want to jump around too much because we were
It's
on
okay.
the AI stuff, but a great example of this is if you go to
We got another timeline.
fuck, where is it? Because he's talking about. Oh, okay. Go to like an hour and 15.
All right, here we go. Jumping to an hour.
So they start talking about Neuralink.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he said that monkeys are.
Yeah, just like, but and that's.
Oh, is it not gonna fucking? Do I need to refresh
Yeah.
again? Oh, X is it all happens on X.
Yeah.
It all happens on X, right, Linda Yaccarino?
Thank you, optimistic genius.
Yeah, post your fucking videos here. It's very easy to navigate and scrub through. Holy Christ on the cross. Jesus.
I
mean, I don't think there's a real need to make a phone. I mean, if there's a essential need to make a phone, I'll make a phone, but I got a lot of fish to fry. So, I mean, I do think there's a fundamental challenge that phone makers have at this point because you've got basically a black rectangle.
So Sorkin asked him if he wants to get into the phone game and like start competing with
how do
these
you make
people.
that
But he's got big
better?
plans. He doesn't need a
Do you
phone.
want to do that? What does that look like in Elon's head?
No, that's literally, yeah, good phrase, in the head, Neuralink.
Well, there we go. We need to touch that before it's over.
Man, that's a great transition, guys.
You know, the best interface would be a neural interface directly to your brain. So that would be a Neuralink.
How far away do you think from that, and how excited or scary does that seem to be? And we read these headlines, obviously, about monkeys who've died, as you know. What should we think about that?
Yeah, actually, this is the USDA.
Wait, pause it.
Oh, poor
This
guy,
is what-
dude. Come on. I feel bad for him. I just do.
And he's going to tell. He clearly gets very uncomfortable with that question, right? That
Yeah.
monkeys died when they tried to implant the Neuralink, and then he chokes on his words for moments, and now I'd imagine this is a lie. There's just no fucking way.
Who came by the Neuralink facilities literally said in her entire career she has never seen a better animal care facility. We are the nicest to animals that you could possibly be. Even to
She's
the
never
rats
seen
and
a
mice,
better
even though they did
animal
the play.
care facility
Yeah,
in
it was-
her entire career.
Yeah.
But Elon's company just gets into fucking mind chips, and she's like, God damn, you guys really nailed the fucking animal care facility game.
Hey, maybe they did.
Egg and everything. It is like monkey paradise.
Monkey paradise.
So
he's got over there.
bananas, you got bananas, you got monkey bars. Got it.
So the thing that gets conflated is that there were some terminal monkeys where, you know, this is actually several years ago, where the monkeys were about to die. And we're like, okay, we've got an experimental device. It's the kind of thing we should only put on a monkey that's about to die. And then, you know, now the monkey died, but it didn't die because of the Neuralink. It died because it was, you know, had a terminal case of cancer or something like that. So
It just sounds like an excuse a teenager would make
Yeah.
up. We didn't kill those monkeys. Those monkeys had cancer. It had nothing to do with the thing we put in its brain.
Neuralink has never caused the death of a monkey. It's the best. Unless they're hiding something from me, it has never caused the death of a monkey. And in fact, we've now had monkeys with Neuralink implants for like 2-3 years, and they're doing great. So, and we've even replaced the Neuralink twice.
What was the part we were looking for in this?
At an hour and 15, he's going to talk about the.
And we're getting ready to do the first implants hopefully in a few months.
In humans, right?
Yeah, and which pause. I do want to say
No,
that's the problem with a lot of the way he talks about things, and he's about to talk about like how these things could change the world, and it's impossible to argue with. Like, if you can do that, that's huge. He's going to be talking about what it would mean for one of the first things he wants to do is sensory stuff. So blind people is going to be huge. He thinks if this can work, he can.
Wait, they're going to make blind people huge?
He thinks, you know, if they can help people do that first, and then he wants to do people with paralysis
Sure.
from quadriplegic, paraplegic,
Mm-hmm.
get their bodies moving again. But the problem is, it's like, it's always, Tesla's a perfect example. If he's operating from this like altruistic thing, like it's, there have been these studies where it's like this electric car gambit might be even worse for the environment when you're
Right.
talking about all of the emissions it takes just to build these things, and all of the like coal we're using and all this shit. So
You mean cobalt?
no, to power these grids and stuff. It's
Oh, right,
often
right,
just
yeah.
going right through coal.
Yeah.
But then the race for lithium and all these materials we're going to need for this to turn on this huge
Right.
thing is, But if he wanted really a safer world that got everyone, that moved people at an efficient way, he would have obviously been investing in high-speed rail network.
Yeah, no kidding.
But so let's hear what he has to say.
Neuralink, I think, are unequivocally good. Speaking of the double-edged sword, I think these early implementations are single-edged sword, because the first implementations will be to enable people who have lost the brain-body connection to be able to operate a computer or a phone faster than someone who has hands that work. So you can imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than someone who had full body functionality.
Which
How
is
incredible that
huge,
would be.
right? Like
Oh, yeah.
he
That's
said,
what this
but
device
so
will
you
do.
can't argue with that.
No.
That's like
And we
obviously a
should
noble
have proof of that in a human
end.
hopefully in a few months. It already works in monkeys and works quite well.
Wait, pause it right there. It already works in monkeys, he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Where is any of that?
It might be, well, you mean like show us evidence?
Yeah, but I mean, every time there's a new fucking like, what does he call those things? Like the Tesla, the things where he comes out in the fucking cowboy hat and
Yeah.
like, and he's got the fucking, he brings out like the world's worst robot that doesn't work, and
Yeah.
he's like, look at what we did, and everyone's like, why would anyone want that?
Right.
But he's so willing to do that, but it's like, holy shit, show me a fucking monkey that was blind that can fucking see now
Yeah,
with the Neuralink.
show me a monkey tweeting.
Right. But okay, so keep going.
And play video games just using
Ah,
just by
shit.
thinking.
That was the fucking.
Um,
Go back a little bit.
I don't know if I can. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, well, I can.
it already works in monkeys and works quite well with monkeys that can play video games just by thinking.
Yeah, show me the monkey who
Also-
can play Tetris by thinking. That sounds fucking cool.
Why is Sorkin not going? Hold on a second.
Yeah. Wait,
How?
y'all trained a monkey? Y'all trained a monkey to play Tetris?
That's what kills me the fucking most,
Yeah.
and this is why people hate fucking like mainstream media. And honestly, if he was on, which he frequently goes on, Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
Joe Rogan would have gone,
Hold
holy shit, you got monkeys playing video games with their minds?
You taught a monkey to play video? That's fucking crazy.
How
dude.
are you not asking this dude what he means?
Yeah.
Just say, what? Wait, what do you mean you have monkeys playing video games with their minds?
Yeah.
Because play it one more time. That's a psychotic thing.
With monkeys that can play video games just by thinking.
They can play video games just by thinking.
Yeah.
So then the next application after
No follow-up.
That is fucking wild.
the sort of those dealing with tetraplegics and quadriplegics is going to
Quadriplegics, dude? Quadriplegics?
be
He can't make a P sound. He makes
He
a...
does that.
vision. Vision is the next thing. So it's like if somebody is like has lost both eyes or
Yeah,
Right,
we get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
nerve has some ocular correction. And
But it's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
My man's got,
Monkeys playing video games.
He's- not only
Stop
that-
there, dude. Just release it. Let the
He's-
monkeys game.
he's running the world's premier animal care facility, which he calls Monkey Paradise. No one's treating monkeys better. And they're all fucking
gaming, dude.
playing video games just by thinking.
Oh, that sounds cool, man.
But we've heard nothing
Truly,
about this.
Stop there and just make it just a 24/7 stream of watching the
truly.
monkeys eating Cheetos and
I'll
destroying
fucking
each other.
invest. I'll empty my bank account and
Yeah.
give it to you.
Monkey
I'd be
paradise.
like, we need more of this.
Yeah, more monkey paradise, dude.
But that's the thing. His whole thing is like, everyone's so mean to me. I just want to make the world a better place. And if they actually knew me, I actually have monkeys chilling right now.
It's a great point, dude. Elon, if you're out there, just all you got to do is release the footage of the monkeys.
Release the monkeys
just
playing video game footage.
Show us the monkeys playing gaming. Show us the monkeys playing CS:GO or whatever. Whoa, what was that, man?
That was the monkey
Is that
gaming in
is
the bar.
the is the monkey blind?
No, it's all happening
For
in
the
here.
audio listener, he's basically just doing a Stevie Wonder impression.
No.
Jesus God, I don't want to hear what does he have to say about the OpenAI, or should we just stop?
Oh, it's fine. Well, we have to go to an hour and 6 minutes and 30 seconds because this is
An hour and 6 minutes.
and 30 seconds. Yeah, this is another
Okay,
absolutely.
I can scrub through like this. An hour 6. Oh man.
This is so Aaron. Jesus Christ, I want to call him Aaron Sorkin every time I even fucking think about his name. But he asks him about, he says the stuff that happened with the United Auto Workers.
Jesus Christ.
What happened with the United Auto Workers must be on your mind. And he asks him about unionization efforts at Tesla.
So I'm not going to give them a free subscription. That
You had fun.
That's how I watch it.
TV
I'm serious.
would be the case of a
Good job.
Okay, here we go.
China, we do very well in China because our China team is the best China.
How worried are you that the unionization effort that just took place I shouldn't say effort, but the new wages and the like at GM and Ford that they're coming for you? And they are coming for you. What is that going to mean to you and your business?
Well, I think it's generally not good to have an adversarial relationship between people on the line, one group at the company and another group. In fact, I disagree with the idea of unions, but perhaps for
It's also just like, it's so childish. It's like, I disagree with the notion of having an adversarial relationship. It's like, by the very nature of it, you have an adversarial relationship.
Yeah,
right?
already off the bat. You are the king.
Exactly. So it's so fucking silly. Oh, well, we just live in this harmonious, but you can just keep.
a reason that is different than people may expect, which is I just don't like anything which creates kind of a lords and peasants sort of thing.
So then you should be
exactly. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The unions naturally try to create negativity in a company and create a sort of lords and peasants situation.
How?
There are many people at Tesla who have gone from working on the line to being in senior management. There is no
Oh yeah,
lords
it
and
must be
peasants. Everyone
perfect
eats
then.
at the same table. Everyone parks in the same parking lot.
He's lying when he does the eyes jumping around. He's doing it right now. It's just like scanning nothing with his eyes.
But in what way does a unionization?
Well, it's a cop out, dude.
Oh, fully.
Yeah.
But it's a lords and peasants thing. It's like, dude, you're the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
You literally have a lords and peasants thing.
Arguably the biggest lord there is. Damn, dude.
And he keeps going and talks. It's all fucking bullshit.
We tore his ass. We
We did kind of torch his ass.
We
But
fucking-
God, dude, I want to get a job at the fucking monkey commune at fucking Neuralink.
I want to get
I'd do anything.
You know what? Well, I wouldn't want to get a job here, but that guy that I was mentioning, that BeffJezos, has a company called Extropic, and they just raised $14 million, and he's describing it as an AI Manhattan project. And he said, if you knew what I was building, you'd try to ban it. Then it's like, whoa, holy shit, what are they trying to do? They're building a computer. That's it. They're building a physics-based computer that is not quantum, and his online persona was instrumental in getting the deal flow, he says. But I went on their website, and they've got this.
What do we got?
So check this out. It says Extropic, and it's written in nerd font. And and if you click accelerate, they've got a whole page called accelerate, and it says incoming transmission. Is that my fucking Discord?
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm sorry, guys. They've got this thing that says incoming transmission from the future. The era of omnipresent generative AI is imminent. Timelines have been accelerated. The future must come to pass. Extropic is building the ultimate substrate for
Go ahead, get one more.
Generative AI in the physical world. Building an AI supercomputer by harnessing the first principles of thermodynamics and information, like an alien would. With this fundraising announcement, Extropic crosses a significant checkpoint in the timeline, a milestone in wielding the techno-capital machine to birth a core technology for our civilizational trajectory. The Extropic AI supercomputer thus begins assembling itself from the future. End of transmission. Man, I want to fucking dunk some heads in some toilets so bad, dude. Oh, I want to just do it all. Wedgie, swirly, and a locker stuff.
That sounds like some kind of awful new age Three Stooges, wedgie, swirly, and locker stuff.
And a locker stuff. Speaking of nerds, I got one more for you, dude. You know Palmer Luckey?
Oh, the old mafia boss.
What?
Never mind.
Wait, where were you going to go with that?
It sounds like a mafia.
Yeah.
I guess.
Dylan got it.
He's like the opposite of a monkey, or fuck. I was gonna say monkey boss. The weeds kicking in.
Yeah, your pupils are a little bigger.
Weed didn't do that. It makes them red.
Those are ecstasy.
Weed doesn't make your pupils bigger?
I don't know. Does it?
Yeah, whatever.
What the fuck? Well, so no, Palmer Luckey is the guy who wears like a mullet and a weird little chin goatee, and he's got a Hawaiian shirt on all the time, and he created Oculus. And then he had a big falling, well, not a big falling out, but he was like, all right, I'm fucking out of here. And he started a defense company called Anduril. But
that's where all the real money is. That's why we're so fucked.
It's actually really smart of him. I'm not like he's disrupting the like defense industry, and they're also making their shit with their own money and not with like government grants. But they just launched this drone that destroys other drones.
Oh, good.
And he was interviewed himself, and he had this. I thought that this was kind of fucking lame, but also funny. His
the early 1970s. If you look back in Google Scholar and you look at the timelines for when books started to use phrases like "follow your dreams," especially in relation to the youth, it was in the early 1970s. And I think it's become a bit kind of a weird feel-good hippie thing. It's basically telling kids, go deeply into debt to do the thing that will never make you money or matter at all. And this is good advice. But more importantly, do you guys know what the number one dream was for kids in 1971? Can anyone guess? I know what it is.
Monkey.
Astronaut?
I was going to say monkey video game.
It's astronaut. We had just gone to the moon. And so that's a great dream. I mean, these guys were like fighter pilots, PhD mathematicians, supermen who were also really good looking and well spoken. I mean, they picked them so that they were, the ultimate American hero ideal. For a kid to see that and say, that's what I want to be. Okay, tell the kids to follow their dreams. But do you know what the number one job that kids most want today is?
Monkey video game.
Influencer.
Yeah. Elon Musk.
Is it influencer?
It's a mix of those. Yeah, it's social media influencer. Next,
it's a fucking podcaster.
Is professional gamer. Next is YouTuber. And the problem is when you can't tell kids to follow their dreams when their dreams suck.
Every time I see a fucking tech guy talk at one of these summits, I'm like, God, I never realized how much I appreciated just a fucking Wall Street stiff.
Also,
I hate this.
What are you talking about? Those dreams suck. Do you have any idea how much it would rock to play video games for a living, dude? That's probably, looking at him, that's the dream he had when he was a kid. Well, but it's funny because my first thought was like, oh man, this is a dark timeline. But it's like, I mean, if we live in the world where we need to have defense, I guess, and I'd rather have a nerd like him, like, all right, yeah, go do that, dude.
Best defense is a great offense.
Oh, jeez, man. Dog. I think that Palmer Luckey is going to be one of the wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Systrom.
Why? What did he do to you?
He made Instagram.
And you have beef with him?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, dude. What do you mean? You disagree?
Oh, it's just a funny.
Yeah, he's the timeline. People talk about 2016 being the
You think
timeline
everything
shit.
was good before Instagram?
I think everything was fucking awesome before Instagram. By the way, whoever created what was that app before Instagram? Hipstamatic. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Hipstagram. Hipstamatic.
Okay.
And
Instamatic?
that guy probably, man, I'd throw myself off of a bridge.
Well, Ben's high. We got to go to bonus.
Okay, well, we're gonna. So what do we got? What do we got coming up in the bonus
Oh man,
episode, buddy?
we're gonna visit the Pay Pigs Indonesia TikTok page.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm gonna show Ben what breastfeeding's all about.
Can't wait for that.
I
I mean, I already know. I did it.
Oh wait, we gotta watch the GTA 6 trailer.
We're gonna watch the GTA 6 trailer. I got something to show you. Also, man, those conservatives they love to get mad at shit, and they are mad at candy. Why? We'll tell you. And I should have brought fucking candy.
All right, we'll see you in there. Patreon.com/paypigspod.
Paypigspod.
We love you.